Hello, everyone. It is Comic News. I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.
Now, a little bit of a forewarning. As of our recording, which we're doing it on Wednesday again, I'm not trying to make this frequent. I'm but busy. C2E2 happened this past weekend, and as tends to happen with C2E2 and a lot of conventions, like major conventions, there were probably a few things that slipped through the cracks on this list that we're looking through. I'm only human, and I don't want to spend 3 hours.
And we're not paid for this.
We're not paid for this. We have to pay ourselves in candy, which I didn't. Yeah, we have.
It's
I
our
gotta
God.
go. We're screwed. And so, if there is anything we happen to miss, and I want to think I got some of the more major stuff, but probably not. But hey, I think I did. Just comment, and one of us will try and answer about it if we did miss anything. But I think it's just minor stuff like, oh, this artist is on this Marvel book, and blah, blah, blah. So nothing important I think I missed. But we do have something very important, Manos, as our first story. And this thing has been plaguing us. I mean, giving us joy for months now. After maybe, I want to say, 2 months of annoying the living hell out of us with vague-ass teasers, we finally know what Spider-Man is.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man.
There are two of them. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to tell the folks at home, or actually they've already heard? So I guess it doesn't matter.
Heard, but yeah, big shocker. It's a crossover between regular continuity and Ultimate. Oh wow, no! What if Miles can't take it?
Miles Morales gets to meet the real Peter Parker in Marvel Spider-Man.
I'm throwing the confetti. I swear. I don't. I kind of stopped giving a crap about this whole Spider-Man thing 2 weeks ago. I gotta tell you, of the fucking ads. They were annoying me more than usual.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, without Miles, the Ultimate Universe, I think, is dead. I really do.
Honestly, I thought it was dead like before Ultimatum.
Well, to be honest, I didn't care, but I mean, I think Ultimatum did kill it, and I think the only thing that has kind of brought any kind of life to this universe is Miles.
Well, Ultimate Spider-Man in general, because that was the only book that was staying around consistently in any form.
True.
So Ultimate Spider-Man in general. Miles Morales, you still have a point. Miles Morales.
He's the only thing people care about.
Though I've been hearing good things about one of the books Hickman's doing. Which one does he do? Ultimates. I'm hearing decent things about it.
I've been hearing great things about that book. I don't know what it is. I don't.
See, yeah, exactly. I unintelligibly illustrated my own point, but yeah, you have a point. Like, even because they relaunched it twice now, and I remember because I was on this weird world where I was actually interested in reading the Mark Millar book before I finally gave up on him.
Yeah.
I really wanted to read Ultimate Comics Avengers, and the first arc I was okay with. The second one was, I don't even remember. It kind of didn't leave an impression. The third one I gave up halfway through. I'm like, wow, this vampire thing is really stupid. And I didn't jump on to Ultimate Spider-Man. I didn't do it the second time either. I like I just said, pretty much when they did Ultimatum, that was them thinking they were like, giving the whole line a shot in the arm and making it better. Where instead they shot it everywhere else.
Yeah, they shot it in the head.
They shot it in the head and all vital organs and the scrotum. They shot it everywhere important.
And then burned the body.
How do you know that's what they did to Because the thing is, you people probably have heard this about, type in the smart-ass comment of, they literally killed the Ultimate Universe, because fuck, they did.
Yeah.
Brutal as hell, and with no context or emotional weight whatsoever. Thanks, Jeff Loeb. You have proven that, like, oh no, Rolk was a fluke. That was pure art. I think that sarcasm just killed me. Wait a minute. And to this, let's go back to Spider-Man. 5-issue mini Bendis on this. I actually might give it a shot.
I may take a look at it.
Yeah, because it's its own separate mini-series, and it's apparently going to have big ramifications on both universes,
Yeah, right. Heard that before.
whatever that means anymore.
It means nothing.
Like, it means it has as much weight as if you and me said that about this show. Like, we're going to do something so big it'll change comic news forever.
And then we do an episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't even acknowledge that at all.
Hey, remember that episode of, I don't know if you were paying attention, but during the healthcare debate, Glenn Beck was talking about how he's going to have an episode of his show that was going to blow the lid off the healthcare debate and the Obama administration. He was interviewing this senator, and all the senator wanted to talk about was tickling guys. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. Apparently the senator had a nervous breakdown or something. I don't know.
I still remember the guy, and this was like this clip went viral where I don't even remember what it was. I think it was something about like the housing market. They were in front of a giant fucking chart, and like they were in the middle of conversation, and the guy's like, "Okay, I'm gonna start fainting now. I'm gonna faint." And then Glenn Beck was like, "No, don't. I'll grab you," kind of, and he just fell down.
Right.
It's been kind of empty without his crazy ramblings, hasn't it?
No, I'm totally fine. I'm good.
I know. I was just checking. So yes, that thing that Dan pointed out about, misusing the logos was true though.
Yeah, well, it was like, it was purposely misdirective.
Or they just weren't thinking. I honestly don't think it was misdirection. I just think they weren't thinking. Oh, we have these two different logos.
Yeah. We got them laying around.
And that guy knows how to Photoshop two different images together, so why not?
Yep.
They're brilliant.
This is the first full direct crossover between these two universes, by the way.
Oh, I have another thing to bring up because someone I follow on Twitter redirected people to an interview a few years ago around when Ultimatum happened, where Joe Quesada outright said, if we ever cross over the main universe and the Ultimate Universe, we ran out of ideas. We're done.
Well, folks, that's the news. They're out of ideas.
They're out of ideas. And that means we don't have any more fake teasers, right? Because that'd be great for us. I don't know. We'd probably miss singing that song, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Hey, you can check out those homeless guys squatting in the House of Ideas.
Yeah, they're...
Cops comes like, hey, nothing's here. It's empty. So we decided to hang out.
There's probably some leftover writers who can't find a place to go.
Yep.
I'd name one, but I just can't think of who. What's a small name writer I know?
Oh, let's not make fun of anybody.
Okay, fine. So speaking
let's move on to this other. What's that?
No, you take it, I guess.
Okay. Let's talk about Hawkeye, I guess. He has...
I guess. I thought he was out of ideas.
He has a new ongoing series to launch in August. Hey, I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that he's in the movie, The Avengers.
He's in a movie?
I guess. But
I haven't heard anything about this movie at all.
Well, hey, Matt Fraction is writing it with David Aja is doing the art.
I loved Immortal Iron Fist, so...
Oh, is that the guy who did the art for that?
Most of it, yeah.
Neat. I do like this cover. It's kind of, well, if this was red, it would look like a Target ad.
Don't give them ideas.
Well, have you seen those cool-ass Target ads with the Avengers toys?
I'm trying. Here's the thing. My parents actually run a paper route to make a little money on the side. I'm trying to comb through newspapers to find those.
Well, I actually bought, well, let me tell you, if you pick up the Entertainment Weekly with the summer movie preview with Batman and Catwoman on the cover, there's a nice big spread of ads in that, just in the middle of the issue. It's the Captain America, the Iron Man, the Thor, the Hulk.
I'm going to try and get my hands on that then, because we got a lot of, because there's sometimes where we just have a small little like backlog of newspapers and I'm not hunting for all that anymore.
Forget the newspapers. Pick up the Entertainment Weekly. It's the
I will do that.
Because that's a sure bet. It's in the issue. It's part of it.
Okay. I will make sure to do that so I can just keep those around, because really it's the most pointless thing. I just want to have those pictures to look at once in a while, I guess.
Well, they're really pretty, and actually, when you get a good look at them, I mean, it's amazing the work they did to get these things together.
That reminds me, I probably should try, since we're talking about it, I'll try and find at least one of those on like an image. I'm betting there's an image of it somewhere on Google.
Yeah, I guess.
Gotta be something. There's gotta be. But back to this. I might check it out. I haven't been reading anything by Fraction lately. I gave up on Invincible Iron Man like a year ago.
What about Thor? Is he still writing Thor?
Yeah, he's still writing Thor, but that's the thing where like no one's talking about Thor.
No, it's kind of, you're right. It's kind of under the radar right now, oddly
Which
enough.
is amazing because I remember where anything, because he wrote Fear Itself. That book was obviously huge because it was an event book. Fraction was like beaming. Everyone knew who was talking about him. I'm not hearing about him that much right now.
Yeah, I do wonder if, like, he had his moment in the spotlight. Now he's kind of like back down before. And, I guess he was working on Thor, and Thor's not bringing any heat, so...
And again, that's kind of, I guess you could say it's a good thing. There's not too much pressure on him. He can just tell a story, but it's Marvel, so they'll screw that up.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, like, I pretty much after that finished, the DC 52 thing was exploding.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all we've talked about.
And he's not Bendis. He's not Brian Michael Bendis. That usually takes you down in Marvel rankings. If you're not Bendis, then...
Yeah, fuck it.
Yes, exactly.
But I like Hawkeye. I've always did. And I do like Fraction, so I might pick up the first issue. I'm buying a lot more Marvel all of a sudden.
I'm looking at a fair amount of both, I think. Which is strange because I think like last year I was probably only like frequently looking at like 3 Marvel books off the top of my head that like I had to see every month. Some things I just forgot.
Hey, there's another Marvel character that's got a book.
An ongoing, again, which I don't know why I'm amazed by this, but yeah, Gambit's getting a book.
Neat.
I am sorry for you Gambit fans. I give it 6 issues.
Maybe.
Because here's the thing. I have no idea who the people working on it are.
Oh, darn. I was going to ask you if you knew who they were. James Amos and Clay Mann.
Well, I've heard the names, but the only thing I know that Amos did was before, or because they're renaming the Captain America book that's at 600 again, but they're doing it goofy, like a really goofy way.
Will you stop that, Marvel?
No. Here's the funny part.
Shit.
Here's the funny part. They're turning it into like a Captain America team-up book, and every time he teams up with a new character, they change the title technically.
God, that's irritating.
Captain America and Hawkeye. Captain America and Iron Man. But before they did that, when it was Captain America and Bucky, he was on the second arc.
Mm-hmm.
Co-writing with Brubaker. I know that. I did not pick that up because, like always, forgot. Bye.
Although I will say, in defense of Marvel, there is sort of a precedent with Captain America because for a while during the 70s, Captain America was called Captain America and Falcon.
Yeah. I knew that, but I don't. It's one of those things where I'm like, I should probably yell that out, but I don't feel like
it. James, that's Clay Mann. Clay Mann. That sounds like an old mystic legend or something.
Here in the ancient halls of Marvel, the mystical Clay Man is carving out art using, from what the looks of it is, Cajun magic, using Remy LeBeau.
Yes, the Clay Man has come to life to draw this new comic.
Hopefully it'll actually sell. I am not reading X-Men at all. I don't know why Gambit's getting his own ongoing.
Well, he is a cool character.
He is a cool character, but I don't know if he'll be able to sustain an ongoing for long right now.
Well, if he's got the trench coat, I'm in.
For the looks of it, he does. Well, since we're, I think someone will want us to bring this up. Both these two ongoings, like earlier in the week we're covering, had vague teasers, and I remember the last comic book late night, or like a previous comic book late night, Cap brought up the Gambit one, and he's like, "Okay, that's the news," because it's
that's right. Just
it's
his
not
logo.
on this article. Yeah, it's just this big logo, which isn't on this article. But
it wasn't even a new logo. It was like, it was his logo. It's like, the same font and everything.
Yeah, it's like, it was just his font logo that you might see if they ever do, like, goofy toy tie-ins, like they did Matchbox, like Marvel Matchbox cars, which my mom bought me a few of because they were $1 a piece somewhere. And it looks like just the thing you'll see on the box. Gambit, yeah, we licensed this. Isn't that cool? And with Hawkeye, I think it's at the bottom. No, it's not on this one either. I might put them in later, but they're vague, so like you give a rat's ass. I kind of don't, and I'm the one excited to show you, apparently. So, yeah, the two ongoings. I'm sure, and how long Hawkeye will last, I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't expect any book with any character to last. I've gotten to this point. Like, I don't care if Batman's in the book. The title isn't going to last.
Exactly. There's especially
like,
after
Scott Snyder's new 52 Batman. Yeah, great. Like in 25 issues, they're going to renumber it again or something like that. So
the thing is, though, there are people who'd be perfectly fine with that and doing that to action. I wish they didn't do that to action in comics. I think they could have just left the number alone. And
there was no reason why they couldn't leave the number alone. I don't buy that.
Keep that cool record you guys were proud of having, you idiots. Come on.
I know. I just don't buy that people are too stupid not to go, well, I don't know which issue to get.
They could even, because here's something they did. A few years ago, they brought back Adventure Comics.
Yeah.
And they eventually did kind of quietly transition to the old numbering.
Yeah.
But the way they did it was kind of a clever idea. They had the new numbering and the old numbering on it.
Well, that's what Marvel used to do. Marvel used to do that. In the late 90s, they were doing that.
You could have done that. That would have appeased people like me, because it's just a number. I know you can defend that. Stories probably should matter more than number, but...
Well, then let's just use any number.
Exactly.
This month, it's 52. Next month, it's 9.
And the month after that, it'll be Kiwi.
Yeah, so why? Hey, what are you complaining about?
Yeah, the story's still good, right?
The stories are great. Can you collect them? No. Who the fuck knows what they are?
To be fair, that'd be hilarious to read like the info in the trade of what it collects and what order. 52, 9, Q, Batman symbol, another Q.
Hi.
That'd be hilarious. So, let's move on to, well, okay, we better start singing. Hold on. Verbal teaser. Minimum Carnage. That's the stupidest title I've ever heard, I think. That sounds like a parody title, doesn't it?
It does sound like a parody title. What's the minimum carnage we can have with this story?
Now here's the thing. There's, well, some substance to it. You can at least guess what it involves. The current Scarlet Spider, and Venom, and a tiny Carnage.
Yeah. Oh, that other Spider-Man character no one cares about.
Well, it's a different version that has a book that people shockingly like, which is more than I'd ever expected. But yeah,
I give it 12 issues.
I think it's just a mini. Oh, you mean that? Sorry, I'm on a different track. But back to minimum card. God, that sounds so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to involve the guys who've done the last two Carnage minis, which I could care less about,
Yeah.
especially after the latest Comic Vault.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna guess from looking at this teaser that minimum Carnage is about um how about Carnage being shrunk down to microscopic size and injected into the Scarlet Spider's urethra.
Where he must fight the Doctor and Leela. Wait, wrong thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably something ridiculous like that.
Yep, there you go.
Whatever. I don't care. I will
Anyway,
admit this cover image thing looks kind of nice at least.
I suppose so.
Like I'll give him like I'm not a huge fan of the artist, but I like his covers from time to time.
Is that the guy been doing the Carnage USA thing?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty.
Yeah. So, Manos, take the next one.
All right, Bendis and Oming relaunch Powers as Powers FBI. Da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-doo, Powers FBI. I already wrote the theme song.
Again, they need to take my advice and add in those Hallmark chips that when you open the book, it plays music. They need to do that.
Oh man, I should do. I publish a comic. Maybe I should do that.
It's probably very expensive, but
It's probably expensive as hell.
you can make that a special edition, like limited
Well, actually,
50 issues.
wait, maybe it's not that bad. Lindsay, occasionally when she makes, if, for those of you who don't know, my girlfriend Lindsay has a company called Silent Orchid where she hand makes plush dolls for people. You know, usually for commissions. Either she makes her own characters or people like like commission her to make their own characters and stuff like that. And occasionally she'll get a request for one to talk. And she actually, I don't know where, I could ask her where, she's bought like little sound chips that she can get the sound from and then put it in the doll. And I wonder, I don't know, maybe that isn't too hard to do.
I have created a very insane idea. I feel proud.
Do it, Bendis.
Do it, Bendis, or we'll...
Complain about you not doing it.
Yeah, you need
on
us
the
to
internet.
survive.
That'll teach you.
That'll teach you to mess with us guys you probably will never hear of. Yeah, it's them in the FBI.
Okay, so all right, let me read this here.
That's literally all from the looks of it.
Unfortunately, the TV show doesn't seem to be going on. They're calling it right now a sabbatical, but the comic has returned after a bit of a TV sabbatical, but the future of the television show seems slightly up in the air. That means it's trouble, and time to focus back on the comic. They're going to publish Powers #1 along the side of the new trade paperback, which I guess is the current story going on, Gods. And the second issue of the current series, The Pairs All Ages. Oh, that's a different book they're doing. But the series will now see Dina Pilgrim, now a federal agent dealing with the biggest power cases in the entire country. So let's see, is Christian going to join her?
Maybe he's just there to wear the suit. Like, this suit's awesome.
Yeah. But if this series is going to focus on Pilgrim, that's awesome. She's my favorite character in that series.
Okay, we won't make fun of you, Bendis, since you made Manos happy. You won this round.
Yes. Advantage, Bendis.
I'm sure he just sits on a throne like that all day.
Yeah, he sits in one of those spinning chairs and he just turns slowly with his hands in that kind of steeple position.
Comic news with Duke and Manos gave me the victory. I win. I wonder what Matt Fraction's doing. Oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah, now for me to make my move.
But first, I wonder how bald I'm looking. I'm still very bald. Okay.
All right. Who's got some news featuring Quietly, McFarlane, Silvestri, Hitch, Phillips, and Oatley?
Apparently someone does. No, okay, so sticking into something we know nothing about, like Manos just said, all those people, most of them who I'm pretty sure will get this sucker out later than fucking hell,
Mhm.
they're only drawing covers to Walking Dead
Covers.
100. So, at least we'll see 2 covers.
Yeah, and the others will be late.
The others will be extremely late. They'll randomly put them on books that have like some other random book. Like we're gonna put this one on Spawn. Why is Rick from Walking Dead fighting zombies in Spawn? Who cares?
And of course the one you want will be $14.
Yeah, probably.
It's always like that. You go, oh, cool, this person's doing the alternative cover. Oh, it's like $15. God damn it.
Well, that's just a comic store thing, an incentive, whatever.
Well, yeah, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I know, like, whatever. I could just find the picture on the internet.
Oh, that's no fun. That's stupid.
Yes, using the internet is stupid. We should quit doing it right after this.
It's not real unless you got the real comic.
Yeah, you have a point, but in the end, I'm like, I'm just going to stare at it for like an hour.
Yeah. It's still not real.
It's still not real. We could talk about that. No, we can't because we don't have the covers either. But Walking Dead, it's reaching 100 issues, which is, all...
An achievement. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Fuck,
no comic can do that anymore.
No comic. I don't care I don't care if Batman's on the comic. It's really hard to get to 100 these days.
I don't care if it's a comic book protesting how fucking awesome Nazis are. 100 issues, good job.
Oh, yes.
Fair. If it managed to do that for that long, that's an even better feat.
Yes, congratulations, publishers of Nazi child molester comics.
Who love watching Pauly Shore movies. Oh, he's Encino Man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep, and it's written by John Edwards.
Edited by Rick Santorum.
Yeah.
How else can we make this unlikable?
Drawn by Glenn Beck in feces.
It has a soundtrack by Key $ Ha.
Yeah.
I refuse to say her actual name for anyone who dares question because she's useless.
And that comic reached 100 too.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Somehow.
But no, I mean seriously, Walking Dead hitting 100, that's really impressive. And yeah, especially for today, where it does seem like reboots, relaunches, and titles that just can't get the attention to actually make the sales reach 100. So I salute you.
Good job, Robert Kirkman. You've been hearing that for probably close to a decade now, but still, we salute you.
Yes.
Continue to make more money, you rich son of...
Well, screw that. It's Archie versus Kiss.
Woohoo! Woo! Why not?
We talked about this before, actually.
We did, but this is the sequel.
Oh, yeah, this is versus Kiss.
Yeah, because it was just and Kiss. There's a different... What an epic battle, huh? Archie versus Gene Simmons. A more epic battle would happen if you put him against Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
And Richard Simmons would still win, probably.
Yeah. Well, I hope a teenager can beat up an elderly man. And
I don't know. That guy keeps really fit.
An elderly man in platform boots that weigh a ton. I hope a teenage boy could beat that guy up.
Hey, look, something to merchandise. Where? He pushes him. Not much, but I actually heard some really good reviews for the first mini they did. Like, it was really hilarious, and
yeah,
it better be. If it ain't, I read. Have you ever read the Punisher meets Archie?
No, I never did.
It is hilarious.
Yeah, well, that's it seems like that's kind of the form with the Archie crossovers. They seem to be well aware that the idea is hilarious, so they don't try to be serious.
Yeah, and I might check this out. Like, if I'm at the shop and I see it, I might read the issue if it's funny. Whatever.
I have a friend who is hardcore into Kiss, and I'll ask him next time I see him if he's going to get it.
I knew a kid in like early on in high school, but you want to move on? And um, I still find that I love how they're going against Kiss too. Like, I wonder what revenge Archie's seeking.
This is for making us party all night.
God, this is for your reality show, you bastard.
Yeah, take that.
This is for your son plagiarizing manga. Actually, no, that's worth going against.
Oh, okay.
I still have friends who hate him for that. Hate him.
Oh, hate what? Hate Gene Simmons?
No, hate his son. Only because, and this is a bit of a tangent, but you love us for that. His state. Do you remember that whole thing when it was revealed that the comic that his son was writing and drawing was completely ripping off a couple different, mostly Bleach, but like a couple different mangas, like panel for panel.
That didn't we? Didn't we talk?
This was a long time ago, like back in the Eric days.
Oh, okay.
This was a few years ago, but
Oh yes, this is back when I was Eric.
Yes, but you regenerated into Manos. You're a Time Lord, as we all know. But that whole thing pissed off because, like I've said before, I had a good chunk of friends who are big anime nuts, love it, and I leave them alone to that because if I dare bother them, I will be eaten alive. Now they heard about this and they were really pissed off, which being that it's an American comic, they yell at me. Your American comic said something stupid. We're gonna yell at you. And then they read because at first he said, "Oh no, I'm innocent. I didn't copy anything," and his statement was the thing that just pushed them over the edge and said, "No, if he even acknowledges it," which he eventually did, they don't know. They want him to just fucking go away, useless piece of shit. Because the way he would do it was he did the most douchey way possible. He was like, I don't read these things called magmas. He literally typed that. It was like a typed statement on his Facebook page or something.
Oh, that is douchey.
Extremely like, I don't care about what these magmas are. I'm like, oh, you're an idiot, kid. I don't care how fucking rich your father is. Go to hell.
Yeah, you don't care so much you rip them off.
Yeah, and again, he was just like, I don't know what they are. I've never seen them, so how can I rip them off? About a week later, okay, fine, I ripped them off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because, every time I don't give a shit about anything, I constantly plagiarize them.
I don't give a crap about this, but damn it, I want to use it for my story. Yeah, that's... Technically, I think I'm guilty of that, because I think about half hour ago I said, I hate doing these teasers. Let's talk about the next big teaser. So I might be a hypocrite, but again, that's a brief tangent, but I just want to bring up how that idiotic kid who had no credibility to my friends before, guaranteed he'll never have credibility with anyone I know ever again.
Yeah, eat shit and die, person we barely know.
Who's only really known because his father's famous, so
yeah,
that should just speak levels of what he is. Yeah. So...
congratulations being one of the 80 billion sperm that shot out of that guy's dick.
Congrats. Enjoy the money you're still probably making somehow.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the news.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to test this one out. Manos, Judge Dredd.
Yes. What about it?
Initial reaction to that statement?
None.
Okay.
No reaction.
Okay, Judge Dredd at IDW. Anything yet?
I'm going to have to go with no still. Nothing.
Well, too bad. You're going to have to listen. Zach Howard and Nielsen Daniels are going to bring Judge Dredd comics to IDW. So we'll put that in the endless, checkboard of things IDW is doing to make sure you know what they are.
Justice will be served. With a side of coleslaw!
Yeah, I hate coleslaw. Shit. Yeah, they apparently got the rights to do Judge Dredd, and that's cool. I've never read any Judge Dredd comics, so I finally have the chance to do so.
Yep.
Isn't that neat?
It is neat.
It is very neat. And again, this is adding on to, because do they have the rights to Us yet? Because I think they have the rights to everything else now.
Us Magazine?
That'd be hilarious. I mean comic news.
Okay. No, that'd be a great comic. I'd read that.
It's done by the people we would never want to write a comic about us. Just the worst. Rob Liefeld and let's see.
JT Kroll.
I'm gonna give Superman Beyond a shot. But yeah, let's go with JT Kroll. He's gonna write all of our lyrics in country, all our lines in country lyrics. It's gonna have guest art by DJ Caruso. It's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
No, the movie adaptation of the comic will be done by DJ Caruso.
Oh my God! I mean, this is blowing my mind.
IDW, come on, we're totally willing to let that happen. You would so make some money off of that, maybe, possibly.
Could be at least $100.
Yeah, like you would probably sell at least 100 issues, which I'm pretty sure is extremely pitiful. Comics may be bad now in sales-wise, but that's awful.
Yeah, we would make OMAC look like X-Men 1.
and yet we wouldn't have to worry about getting yelled at by Dan DiDio, so I guess that's still a win.
Yep.
Which is hilarious because Dan DiDio writes that, so he technically yells at himself. My goatee isn't proud of myself anymore.
Yeah, sits in front of a mirror and yells at himself.
To be fair, that kind of makes sense with some of the harebrained decisions that DC makes sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm yelling at you. This guy's not agreeing with me. Dan, that's your reflection. He's a dick.
He's totally not doing well. Aren't you right? Yes.
I should punch him in the face. Yes.
Look, he's mocking me. Every move I make, he imitates.
I would love to be the intern who just got pissed at him so hard where he threatened to punch the reflection in the face. He said, you know what, Dan? Do it. See what happens. Do it. You'll totally show him who's boss. Ah, I hurt my hand. Get me to the hospital. Okay, fine, Dan. I feel so bad for that intern. So...
Once every week we do this.
We need to make like these rubber windows now because I just can't trust him anymore.
Yeah.
I think we just created a new character, Bumbling Dan DiDio.
He punches himself in mirrors.
He just keeps punching himself in mirrors like he's some sort of, like he's a dog. Like,
yeah, in his office, they're going to have to put one of those mirrors they used to have in elementary schools.
That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
This one won't break.
This will be great for Dan. That's the man running a major comic book company if you take that to heart. Just to sell it off. So Manos, you want to talk about a fan film?
Yeah, you know it.
Well, we're not entirely talking about one. So these guys are doing a Static Shock fan film.
Cool.
Very cool, and they're seeking support.
Oh, they're doing a fundraiser?
They are doing a fundraiser of some sort. Because the video on here, it's just like a small clip of whoever they have Static just looking at the camera, being all cool, and then it's the rest of it's just the director, the guy playing Static, and I, because I watched it last night. I think a co-writer, or someone who was working on it with him, talking about how they're going to start some sort of fundraiser to, get support for the fan film, and that sounds cool.
I love it, and I love the fact that it's not Batman.
It's probably secretly Batman, but I'll take it.
It's someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end he's going to pull his face off, and it's Batman.
His actual face, and then it's just Batman. How did the ears hide?
Hey, they used to do that all the time in Batman comics.
Apparently we're homaging those Batman comics. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he would disguise himself, and he'd have one of those rubber masks, and he'd pull the mask off, and it'd be his Batman mask. And
were the ears like a foot long though at times?
Well, they'd be kind of average height. and still big enough to make you wonder why, he didn't have like these bumpy areas on his head. And then of course,
apparently Batman pie Utah.
And of course, you would see his eyes, perfect when he's in the mask of someone. But when he pulled it off, he'd have the white slits.
I'm guessing Batman discovered like TARDIS technology for mask, and that's how he's hiding the ears and all the details of the mask under the fake mask.
Yeah, look. If you're a criminal in Gotham, and one of your henchmen has two bulbous shapes on the top of his head, and he looks blind, it's probably Batman.
Oh God, Manos! If you ever get the chance to write Batman, you have to do that story. Just as, like, it's obviously him in his very early years, and he's just like wandering around, like literally blind as a bat. Hey, he's living up to his name.
Yeah.
Oh God, that'd be great. That'd be fucking great. But yeah, these guys want support to make their fan film. That's a decent thing.
Yeah, check out the link, and if you can give, please.
Please. The details are a little vague on this article. They said once they get their plans ironed out, they'll think of something, so or announce it more. So if anything comes up, we'll do our best to report it. We'll probably forget, but hey, I'll try. All I can do is try. So, DC announced something. Nowadays, that's a big thing, because anytime they announce anything new, people lose their shit. So that makes sense. They announced that they're doing a anthology series on National Comics. They're going to be a series of one-shots for cool, crazy, obscure characters. And you can't see it, but I'm moving my hands every time I say a new word.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one they're doing is for Kid Eternity.
Boo! Kid Eternity sucks. Boo!
I know nothing about it, so...
I don't care. He sucks. Boo!
Boo, he sucks!
Bring on the next one.
Bring on the next one. For August, they're doing Madam X.
Ooh!
And then for September, they're doing Rose and Thorn.
Ooh!
I don't know any of these.
Bring on Bender. Boo!
Oh, in October, we'll meet Looker.
Oh, I like Looker.
I know none of these characters.
Looker used to be in the Batman and the Outsiders.
That probably explains why I know nothing.
And Rose and Thorn were some really obscure characters. They used to have backups in Detective Comics like in the 70s. And Madam X, I don't know who the fuck that is. I wonder, is that supposed to be Madame Xanadu and they're just like cooling her up?
This isn't the 90s. It's not cool to do anymore.
Yeah. It's like, we're not...
I'm looking it up right now because I honestly thought you would know what Madam X is for some reason.
No, I don't blame you.
Let's see here. The excitement of comic news. You listen to a man type.
Yes.
Just feel that excitement bloom as his slow-ass internet is working like slow-ass internet. Let's see here. I'm fine. Well, shockingly enough, Madame Xanadu does come up along with Madam X.
Really? How could that have happened?
I know. Shockingly. The thing is, because I'm looking off of comicbookdatabase.com, there is a Madam X, but she only has like one appearance from like a issue of Gotham Knights. So I'm guessing maybe it's Madame Xanadu. I don't know.
God, I hope so.
I'm confused as... Oh, it's not even the main story. It's the backup. Oh, Darwin Cook drew it, though.
Oh, neat.
It is neat. That was a great discovery. But
yeah, and sorry, folks, there's no mention of Cassandra Cain or Wally West.
At this point, yeah,
or
they,
even
they would they would be.
or even Stephanie Brown.
Oh. Let's see. And, creative teams on these. Eternity is going to be done by Jeff Lemire and Cully Hamner.
Who's good? I like it.
Jeff Lemire. I'm still loving Frankenstein, Agent of Shades, even though that book's probably close to the chopping block next time they cancel titles.
You think?
I love it, but I'm shocked it survived the first cut, in all honesty. I just didn't think that would sell off for some reason, but...
Me too, actually. That would have been, if I had to make a list of the ones I thought would be knocked off, that would have been on it.
I think that was on some list. In fact, Newsarama did a list, a new list of what books are coming next. I think that was there. Book I know you like, I, Vampire, was on there, but then again, a lot of people up front...
Since the announcement of I, Vampire, people have been predicting it.
And I'm getting the first trade because I was one of those people who thought I was just judging the first cover like a noob, so I'm a little ashamed. I had no faith in it, only because like that's just, I don't know, vampires. It's tough to sell vampires if you don't do it.
Not every vampire is Twilight, for God's sakes.
I know, but that has really.
There's other things besides Twilight.
I know, but you got to realize
Jesus Christ.
That screwed it over, though. You're right to every extent, but still, that screwed it over. Bad.
That's like saying every superhero is the shittiest one you hate.
Every
like, what's a shitty superhero? What's a shitty superhero title or character you don't like right now?
Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove. Okay. Every book is like Hawk and Dove.
I'm sorry for angering you, Manos. I'm just making a point. That I agree with you, of course, but still.
Yeah. But it's a point that drives me insane. Like, you can't say vampires without being, oh, Twilight. No, fuck you. There's more than Twilight.
Yeah.
And you can barely call it a vampire thing anyway.
I just called them, my sister, I love having this argument, because unfortunately, she has fallen victim to the Twilight virus, which is a thing in a Doctor Who audio drama, and I laughed my ass off.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Because out loud he said, I have to annihilate the Twilight virus. I was in the middle of a hallway going, yes!
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it, Doctor. But she, she's 10. Everyone realized that. She's 10, so she's insanely stupid. I mean, innocent.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love these vampires. And I said, oh, vampires and werewolves? Oh, you mean those gay Abercrombie and Fitch models. Okay, Jamie.
I wasn't the most discriminating when I was 10. So, I can't really... I
know, but it's fun annoying the living hell out of her because being 10, she just reacts with, you're stupid because you're stupid.
Yeah. When I was 10, I thought the TV show Wonderbug was really cool.
What did I like when I was 10? Well, I still love Power Rangers now, but there's probably something stupid I could bring up.
Yeah, The Dark Knight.
Yes, The Dark Knight was around about 9 years ago, as we all know, and I loved The Dark Knight.
You're that young.
I'm that young. Apparently, I time traveled when I was 10. It was great. Back to the other creative titles. Rob Williams is on Madam X. I'm guessing it's Xanadu because they mentioned tarot cards and all that.
Oh, they are? Well, then it's got to be Xanadu.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to cool up the names. Like, these kids today, they don't understand what Xanadu is.
What is Xanadu? No, I'm kidding. Artist is a
fucking name.
okay, don't hurt me. The artist on that's gonna be Trevor Hersheen. But I don't know the artist. He might be good. Rose and Thorn is done by, this is an actual name, Tom Taylor. I've watched too many Home Improvement reruns, I guess, to the point where I'm like, that's a guy working at comics. And Neil Gouge doing the artwork, and Looker. That sounds like a CBS drama, doesn't it? Looker.
Looker. This fall on CBS.
Following the hilarious 2.5 Men, even though they're all fully grown men now. Well, okay, fine. I guess John Cryer's the new half man. Done by Ian Eddington with art by Mike Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I only know Jeff Lemire and Rob Williams, but only because we make fun of him a lot. When we make fun of him, we just constantly do this. Ooh, ah, ooh, Ghost Rider. Ooh, woman. Ah.
Looker, this fall on CBS. They're spies. They're models. Looker.
When you make it sound like that, it sounds like a CW drama now. If Ringer doesn't go well for Sarah Michelle Gellar, she has a Looker to look forward to. The fuck's going on?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's move on.
Our last story. Okay. Let me put it up here. So, in addition to, because you know there's DC has digital comics, like exclusive stuff that they put out in digital first and eventually put out later.
Yeah, on something called internet, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that is. How am I talking to you? By the way, my tiny TV is all doing things.
Well, we do the show by ham radio.
Yes. I'm that good at this. Now, okay, so they announced they're doing 2 others, and that means they're gonna have 5 of these now, and they're gonna do one each day during the week. So the full lineup is the ones that are already around. Smallville season 11.
Ooh.
And you know what? I better read this in the order. Monday will be Anakami Girls, which is now this is an interesting idea. It's going to be a weekly series released on Mondays featuring an anime-style version of Wonder Woman and other female characters, done by Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray.
Yeah, fairly loosely based on that statue series that's been popular.
And I might pick up the first issue when they collect that in print because one of the few runs I praise till my head explodes is Palmiotti and Gray's run on Power Girl. It's one of the funnest runs in comics I've ever read.
Mm-hmm.
This screams that it'll be like that. Crazy anime fun written by those two. That's going to be amazing. So I might check like the first printed issue of that out. You got me, DC, yet again. You win, maybe. I'm not going to buy it, but I might buy the trade if I see it good enough. And then they're going to do a weekly Batman series. Out-of-continuity stories about Batman with a rotating cast of creators, including Ben Templesmith, Steve Niles, B. Clay Moore, Nicola Scott, Josh Felkoff, and some guy from Lost who delayed that Hulk versus Wolverine book.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, and Jeff Lemire on art.
Yeah.
He's an artist. Well, okay, fine. Well, I never read it. Oh, wait, I think, yeah, he did a backup story for Action Comics 900. I don't remember it. It was the one that wasn't the Doomsday one or the one where he renounced his citizenship, so no one knows what the hell that was.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. If it wasn't one of those two.
It was probably good, but again, those weren't those. It wasn't one of those two, so no one remembers you.
Yeah.
However, it's not like the guy has one of the most famous TV shows in the past decade that piggyback off of for the rest of his life.
That's true. I really enjoyed Happy Days.
Yes. We all did, Manos. Inside, we all did.
Yes.
And this will accompany the ones they're already doing. Beyond, which is rotating stuff between Justice League Beyond, Batman Beyond, Superman Beyond,
and Bed Bath, right?
And yes, and Bed Bath. You beat me to the joke, damn you. You motherfucker. Anyway, and that's on Wednesdays. Thursdays is Batman Arkham Unhinged, which is
holy shit. There's a lot of Batman here.
No.
Even on the digital line, he's like dominating.
Of course. At least Beyond's just more than Batman. I'll give him credit there. But yeah, I did. Cap talked about it on a late night once, like the first issue of the collected stuff. It involves the Arkham, the Batman games, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. I don't care because I'm not big into video games. I don't really care to check out the story of video game tie-ins. So
me neither. Hey, you know it's a really good video game?
What?
Hubert.
Where's the year one of that?
Yeah, where's the year one Kubert comic?
We're getting a Voltron year one. Why the hell not?
Yeah, I need to know the incredibly complex storyline of this very complex character, Kubert.
Don't we all? I want to know the completely because we all know there's a layer of backstory that's richer than all of the Nolan Batman films combined. We all know it's there. We just got to make it happen. And of course, the aforementioned by accident Smallville season 11, Manos.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to say boo again, but okay.
No, I'm done saying boo. I'm out of boos.
Great. Now we have to wait like until next month to refill. We only have a finite limit on those. So yeah, up front, cool. They're doing digital. Not a bad idea. And they're still going to put it out in print later. So
I have a question.
ask.
Are these comics just free to the public? You can just check them out?
I think you have to pay for them on their service.
Okay.
I've been someone told me like because someone I know gets the Beyond one on that way. It's because they're slightly shorter stories. I think they're only like $2 a story, which whatever, fine. I don't care. You're gonna take money from me somehow, and I don't care the method anymore. As long as it's not short of breaking into my home. Jim Lee, what are you doing with my wallet? Just jumps out my window. So that was the news.
Yeah, what you think, folks?
Tell us in the comments. Tell us whatever the hell you want. But yeah, basic news. All the excitement of regular comic news. And we didn't make any Vag jokes.
Well, I can't make them every week.
Yeah, it's actually very rare when we did that. I don't think we've used that word too much. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, let's get to business. You can follow us both on Twitter and Tumblr. Links in the description, where we blog about our usual bullcrap, talk about comics, personal life, Manos yelling at people. Like this guy who just loves light bulbs. I saw that and I was so tempted to reply with, because I have a couple cousins who work in appliance repair.
Yeah.
Their whole job is to pay attention to shit like that. They give less of a shit about light bulbs than this guy. I'm just going to say that. And that's their fucking job.
Well, let me explain to the viewers at home who didn't read my Twitter this morning. I was watching a local talk show. And they actually had a story about this new light bulb that's supposed to be coming out. And it's $60, but the thing lasts for 20 years. And they're talking about, how, the light bulb industry is like, coming out with these newer designs. The swirly style is the more popular one now. And how, they're kind of gotten these new green technologies. And, one of the co-hosts, this guy, is just sitting there going, call me old-fashioned, but I'm a big fan of the iridescent bulb. Call you old-fashioned? I'm calling you a fucking dweeb. Who gives a shit about light bulbs? Like, oh, I really like the old ones with the, the bulb on the top. No one cares. If they make a better light bulb that'll save more energy, great. I mean, I don't give a shit. You should not care. Oh, it's like, I'm so sad. Every time they change something like that, like the dollar bills or something, go, well, call me old-fashioned.
I love those debates.
God, you're stupid.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're stupid, not old-fashioned. So I'm like sitting there like, God, what a dumbass. So yeah, I instantly...
You get shit like that if you follow Manos on Twitter. Perfect motivator. Give me a second here. And if you're wondering what I talk about on Twitter, I sometimes, this week it's just been me bragging about how I've been getting free stuff. Tuesday I got free pancakes, and today I got free root beer float and pie.
Ooh, free pancakes.
I know, right?
I love pancakes.
Pancakes kick ass, and they're even better when they're free. Life is meaningless when you have free pancakes too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm almost missing my class, but these pancakes are great. They weren't even that great, but I'm like, free pancakes? I never get this luxury of free pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just suck it up as much as possible.
Do it.
I will do it. And so let's see. I don't know what I'm looking at. And so also podcast. Though the show has been really behind podcast-wise, my fault. I have problems with working with the website, and I'm busy as always. But I'm going to try and get it updated whenever I can. I also need to get a blog because I went to a convention this weekend, a sci-fi con. I'm going to do a non-comic news video soon. That's rare nowadays. Unless it's a whole week dedicated to Doctor Who, which I know 2 of you watch. I check the numbers. I don't care either. I'm like, who cares? I'm just here to talk, have fun.
Yeah. Think I get paid for this? Fuck it. No, I don't.
You're my man at Sexy Blues. He comments on every Doctor Who video. It's awesome. And so, yeah, I will try and get that up. I'm just going to like, the only reason it's taking so long is I want to edit in some pictures that I couldn't show easily on my camera to show you what I got, but I could just upload it for easy and make you find the pictures later. Make you guys do a scavenger hunt. Doesn't this sound like fun?
That's an interesting idea.
Someone's probably saying no, but
you mean a scavenger hunt in the? You mean a scavenger hunt in the videos?
No, I'm joking, but
okay, like
that would be interesting. We have peaked a really goofy idea that we'll never touch back on ever again.
No, I've even forgotten it now.
What are we doing here? Who the hell are you? Manos, do what you want to talk about.
Yeah, hey, I not only bullshit about stuff on YouTube, but I also write and self-publish a comic book, Red Knight. And it's available now. The first 3 issues are out, and it's a full story arc, so you can get it all at once. Check it out at the link. It's only $3 an issue, with $2 shipping and $3 for international shipping, which is a deal, by the way, because sometimes it costs more. But I have it set at $3. And there you go.
Oh, and because I think I brought this up to you on Twitter at least. A lot of people we got really positive reaction on a Red Knight trade.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was actually reading those, and I guess I should say it right here. I guess I will do a trade paperback of the first story arc, and I don't know when it's going to be out. I gotta warn you, it's gonna be a while. I'm also worried about doing the next 3 issues. So I got that to worry about. That's priority. And on the side, I'll be putting together a trade. Hopefully, maybe at the end of the year or beginning in. Actually, it might not be a bad idea if I do it at the beginning of next year, so I can fill something in the gap of issues. But yeah,
that's a totally good idea. And did you read any of the suggestions we got?
Yeah, a lot of those were really good suggestions, actually. And I'm going to kind of figure out, what I can do. And maybe a whole bunch of those suggestions might be in the trade.
I love how someone actually wants a forward by me. And the thing is, I'm convinced it's the goofy thing we were playing about in the last video where I'm like, I remember trying to hunt mongoose with my buddy Jibbis, and we were in Nam, and we were trying to find the magic crystals. And then I found Red Knight.
Or maybe you can do one of those, they don't do this too often. I know they did this for Identity Crisis. Maybe like a comic book commentary.
Oh, yeah, they did do that. That's in the trade.
Yeah. Maybe you could do that. Like, I read this scene, and I was, on the toilet with some bad diarrhea, and I fell down.
Oh, this scene's very prominent. I was about to finish the series finale of Stargate Atlantis. That was awesome. I need to do that still. I've been putting it off for months.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. If you ever do think of anything, I'd be happy to do it, and I will take it as quasi-serious as I can.
Well, thank you.
It's me, so that's something.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who posted comments about that. So I am listening. So just keep your ears open. I'll post updates as I have them.
Yes, and I'm like everyone else. Will be waiting and probably asking you annoyingly about it every day.
Hooray!
What do you mean you're quitting the show, Manos? By the way, where's the trade? It'll be that point to where I'm so oblivious and still asking, and you're gonna like try and shoot me.
Well, eventually it'll turn into your greeting for me.
Welcome to Comic News. I'm Duke, and where's the trade?
It's coming! It's coming!
Get off
Doing
my
it!
hand, man! Get off my back, man! I'm a doctor, not a... Wait. I am a writer. Never mind. So...
Look, the Red Knight trade will come out before, let's see, the Daredevil Target #2.
That comes out. Like, at San Diego this year, they announced they're finally going to finish it. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would be hilarious. I guarantee you the Red Knight trade will beat that.
Yes. Also, they'll finally make the Spider-Man musical good.
We'll see about that. You know, maybe, I don't know, maybe if the show keeps running for a while, maybe next time I'm in New York, I'll see if I can see it.
You know what? Since we're already on this joke before we leave, I want you people to leave what is slightly less likely to happen before the Red Knight trade comes out. I am so ready to hear your suggestions. We've been meaning to do more of these funny little survey things.
Let's see, but yeah, I have a couple already, but I won't spoil them. You say what you want.
You want me to do? You want them to just? You know, we'll wait till next week. Hopefully, we'll remember to do it, and we'll bring them up.
If we remember, we'll do it.
Because we have forgotten to do these things. We have. So until next time, I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.
Goodbye.